So today we're going to be working on the Porsche again. The oil pan needs repaired, but I don't have any steel for it, and it is a Sunday, so I'm going to try to get creative on where I'm going to find a source for some material for that thing, but just going to cut the bottom off of it probably and shorten it a little bit and maybe modify the pickup tube. Unfortunately, I have no idea what I'm doing, as a lot of you have let me know in the comment section, so hopefully I can figure it all out and get it all going, but let's see if we can find some materials and then we'll start working on this thing. I'm going to be selling this piece of art on eBay, starting bid at $10,000, so make sure to get your bids in. It's going to be worth a lot more in about 5 years. Alright, so my plate is all cut out. To those of you that say to only buy hand tools, you know, tools without moving parts from Harbor Freight, never to buy electric or pneumatic tools, this is definitely an exception. I just put that thing through the ringer and it's still cooking. And I've used this thing a ton. It's super hot right now, but it still works fine. So I'm gonna get this plate welded on. I'm gonna make sure it all fits and everything. Drain plug still goes back in. But then I'm just gonna run a fat bead around the entire outside. So yeah, let me know if you think this won't work. All the Volkswagen Slammed boys do this, so obviously it's gonna work because those are the smartest group in the car industry. So that is a known fact. So I have no issues with wondering whether or not this is going to perform perfectly. So the oil pan is all finished up and welded up. Here it is. And the drain plug goes in nice and easily. Has no issues binding up on this plate on the bottom or anything. I need to run to the store, buy an oil filter for the car, as well as a drain plug gasket, as well as some RTV for the to use as the gasket for the oil pan itself, and then I can throw it on the car and see if she blows up. So once the pan was all welded up and everything, I filled up the pan with water. So before you go and say that I'm going to ruin my engine because I put water in my oil pan, I do have a reason. Water has a lower surface tension than oil, so it should theoretically leak out quicker than oil would leak out of small holes. That's why I used water rather than oil. Also, I don't want to put oil in there and then take it back out and then put it back in the engine. I just would rather not deal with making a mess and everything. Water's a lot easier to clean up, so suck it. So I cleaned up the oil pan. Once it held all the water and everything, and I was all satisfied with that. I got all the old material off of it. I also got all the old material off the engine block and threw a big old fat bead of RTV silicone on the oil pan so that I knew it would seal. The whole time this car's been running, I haven't had an air filter because I haven't had the air box that actually bolts to the mass airflow sensor. So I got me some nice high-end car parts here from VautoZone. Got me a Spectre Performance air filter, as well as this adapter, which is made for, interestingly, let's see if we can focus here. We're going manual. It shows either going in from the grill or the fender, but it shows a tube going from this thing that you bolt to the fender into just the middle of the air filter. So you get the cold air from the outside going into the middle of the air filter. Here, I'll show you. Going into the middle of the air filter, but this is all open to go to the outside. So that right there is what you call good engineering. So I bought these things because look at that chrome. It's beautiful. Looks like it cost about $3. Because I just wanted an air filter so I can stop sucking crap into my engine. So I'm going to see if I can get this to bolt to my mass airflow sensor and see if I can get this to fit inside there next to the battery. Right now I actually have the battery from the Camaro in the Porsche. From when we brought them back from the shop, the Camaro had an incident and we swapped batteries, and I haven't swapped them back since. So it's a slightly too big of a battery. So if it doesn't fit with that battery, hopefully it'll fit with mine. After just a little bit of thinking and a couple of bolts, I got the air filter mounted straight onto the mass airflow sensor. So that's how it's gonna look there. Yeah, that was easy. It's like it was meant to be. The intake hose has enough sort of flex in it to where even with the battery that's too big, it'll sort of push it out of the way. It'll be rubbing on the battery, but that's alright. I'll be putting my battery in there soon anyways, but I'm gonna go throw this thing back in the car. That's all I've got time for this video. Make sure you leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think of this video. And make sure you subscribe so that you can see my next video where I install these pretty little Johnnies that I made in my last video. As well as a couple other things in store, like these go along with these. But yeah, thanks for watching. I enjoy talking to you guys in the comments, so make sure to leave one down below. That's it. Peace out.